जयपुर वाया कोटा।
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत।
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೈ
एक्सप्रेस পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন। कृपया ध्यान दियो।
Oh, what a finish. Back to those very tense finishes. So here I was clinching my nails into the chair, and there was Pommie Mbangwa giving us his commentary and his very energetic last over chatter, which just added to the stress. That's what it was. It added to the stress. Welcome back to Cricbuzz Live. I'm a very stressed out Saiyami Kher. I have a very cool Lisa Sthalekar and Pommie Mbangwa with his laughter, with his energy. I wish we can just have that camera on just 3 balls before the game ends.
Always cool and calm.
That wasn't it.
I tell you what, there's nothing like it. You think it's going one way, and then it goes another. But not just that. Kind of swings one way, swings the other, back to the other side. And as we sit in the green room, you think, oh, they'll win it. Then you think, no, they won't. Oh, well, you never know. Oh, but maybe, there's Tim David, he'll smash it. And then last over.
And
How's
then
that?
this is what happens. Lucknow wins by 5 runs, 11 runs to defend in the last over. And how good was that last over, Lisa? Mohsin Khan was...
If you actually watched him, it's actually a good little over to show any young bowler that how to deal with pressure. He took his time. Even Pommie's like, breathe, son, breathe. That's it, son. That's it, boy. That's how he was commentating all the way through. But he was slowing things down to his pace. He wasn't getting caught up. They weren't fiddling too much with the field, so very clear with what he needed to do. And he was just controlling his heart rate, making sure that everything was okay. He's clear at the top of his mark what he was going to do. Then he came in to execute. I was a little bit concerned when he clapped the second last one. I'm like, mate, don't bowl a wide, don't bowl a no ball. It's not done yet.
Yeah.
But credit to him.
Now, we've seen that no ball finish, and then how it was a no ball, it was Hyderabad, right?
Yeah,
so we've seen that as well. Yeah.
I think the applause, yes, you look at it and you think, oh, it's because, I've won it. But I think it's more, I have bowled what I wanted, because each time, so the slowing down is when you're tense, you might sort of aim here and hit there. You might aim here and hit here. Because you're tense, because that, that's not how you are normally. The pressure of the situation, you kind of clam up a little bit, adrenaline, all those things. And what you want is clarity of thought, right? And you also want to feel good. You want to feel like normal. So you don't overstretch. So, you don't do anything that you wouldn't in a normal situation. And the breathing and the kind of trying to calm everything down is to try and make it as normal as possible. It's not easy. It doesn't get normal at any point. But you've got to trick yourself into making yourself feel like this is normal. I just have one ball to bowl.
I'm sure you do something before you do your lines.
Well, I am clearly not, I don't have the composure at all because I just throw it away to you all because these last ball finishes, I know I have to breathe.
You're acting. But you're acting.
When you're acting.
We just have a second take and a third, we have lots of takes.
But you can't have like infinite number of takes.
We can't. We center ourselves, we calm ourselves down, but there aren't 50,000 people cheering and screaming and Pommie's boy from the Cricbuzz studio going all the way to Lucknow. That's not happening when we act. But Mohsin Khan coming out of that injury, he was almost ruled out the IPL. So that playing on his mind as well to come back from that and then do what he's done.
That is why I'm so happy for him. I mean, yes, you know by now that every time there are these situations, I'm on the side of the bowler. Every single time without fail. Because I think that, it is the type of game, of course, the format, that has bowlers absolutely taking a pounding all the time. However, when it comes to Mohsin Khan and many other bowlers who've done, Deepak Chahar is another one who I'll give as an example, but when it comes to bowlers having to come back into this sort of format and one, be confident about their body, and then two, execute in situations that are like that. Pressure situations. It's not just a pressure situation, try and win a game. It's a pressure situation where at the end of the tournament and we're trying to make it for qualification. So it's doubly difficult. You know that there's a lot that rides on you winning or losing the moment, right? So each ball as you go, after your mate at the other end has tried to leave you as many as he can, you know, on another day, it's you who bowls the other one, and it's him who's got to try and defend 11 or 12 or whatever it is. So each time we're in that situation, I'm going for the bowler guy. I'm even happier because when you're sort of on your way out and you're injured, nothing you can do about your injury, and then you come back and you make an impact like that, it's precious. Precious for him, precious for the team, gives them confidence, and should they go on, can draw on this as an experience to maybe win another situation.
You know, Pommie, we were in the com box, so I'm going to take this upon me. I'm going to take it and put a petition in to our Cricbuzz producers that when I go in the com box, we just end up picking up too many wickets. So if for all those MI fans out there, I will take it on us because we went in, Rohit got out, Mumbai was cruising along and 90, Rohit got out. And then just when we were getting off the chairs, even Ishan Kishan got out. So they were cruising along, but well, the reason being this bowling card and Bishnoi and what he did today, 4 overs, 26, he got those 2 wickets. Yash Thakur was expensive, but he got those 2 wickets. And of course, Mohsin Khan, brilliant today.
Yeah, certainly Ravi Bishnoi was excellent. And you felt that he was up for the occasion. Even in that fielding display, there was urgency, wasn't there? They wanted both of them to stop the boundary and to be able to come in and bowl and take out the 2 set batters who were absolutely flying, making it look like it was a completely different pitch to what they had experienced. Shows you that he's a big game player and he wants to be that bowler that says, hey, chuck me the ball, I'll get you the wicket. And for someone of his, you know, his experience, he's still young and he's still got so much more years of development. But right now, he's showing the goods in those tough situations.
You know, Pommie, this season's actually been of 2 halves for Bishnoi because the last 7 games, I think he's just got 4 wickets. So clearly this he needed for his confidence as well. He's a great bowler. He's spoken about how he's worked a lot with Anil Kumble, and Kumble's taught him one thing, that you need to have a big heart. You're going to get hit around, but you need to just come back with a big heart and do what you do best, and that's what he's done today.
Yeah, and something else you'll throw in there is that many a game has gone by where he's bowled 2 overs and 3 overs. And whilst the communication in the camp might be different, and you can try and make it as good as you want to say, listen, situation doesn't quite allow for you to bowl the 4 overs. That's why we're not going to. It's not anything about, you know, how you're going as our guy or about your performance. But you want to be the banker. If you're leg spinner in a team playing 20-20 cricket in India on pitches that generally will do some spinning a little bit, and also in the tournament, it's the spinners that are having the success, and you're not bowling your full quota of overs, you're going to look at yourself and say, well, what do I need to do to be the gun? Like to be the guy that's going to be a banker for 4 overs. For him to have done it here, as you say, Lisa, the wickets that he takes, right? Those 2 wickets, critical. And then to go at 6.5 as well. In a game, if we cast our mind back to the first 6, to the first 10, they were going at 10 and over. So they went so far ahead of the game, and essentially he's brought it back, brought it back enough for them to end up winning in the end. And I know we'll look at many things in isolation and go, oh no, it's the last one that wins it. But they're all little building blocks as you go ahead that give you the chance to then win at the back end. And his building block is a particularly big one.
You know, actually today, like I said earlier, Mumbai was cruising along. They had put on that cruise control button. They were driving along very comfortably. They hit that speed bump when Rohit got out. And after that, the car kept stalling. It kept stalling. It reached the final over, but couldn't really get home.
Yeah, I think you've got to go credit to Lucknow and what they were able to do from a bowling perspective, because we've seen Tim David and what he has done. And anything in his area, you miss your length, whether it be full toss, a low full toss, or back of a length, he clears the boundary with ease. So to be able to execute your skills under pressure. And it also looked like Krunal was very heavily involved in the sense that he was always coming up. He was quite animated, you know, with the fielders to get the ball in, put pressure on them running between wickets. Because when it comes to back end of an IPL and it comes down to the last few games that you play, whether you're in or not, all of these little things add up. And you want everyone to be switched on in the field. And I just felt that Lucknow had the right mentality. Everyone was clued on to what needed to be done. Krunal was doing really well. Maybe he ran off, got a few notes, a few little tips, and I don't mind that because I think that's where the game is going.
I also think it might well have been notes, but visibly he was a bit crook. There was something wrong with him, right, from the batting side, and then he'd come on and bowl and, you know, maybe not feeling fully...
Lots of them were cramping up today. There was somebody else who was cramping up.
You know, so not fully well, but still mind on, get off, rest a bit, get back on the park. Just to illustrate, you know, the importance of the leadership aspect, where there is a plan that needs to be put in place here, or that needs to be actioned, as it were, and I have, you know, the keys to action it. And so I need to get back on the field. I can't just leave it. And he could have, because there are a couple of guys out on the field who could well have done the captaincy thing, right? Nicholas Pooran, Quinton de Kock, they've all been international captains. However, took it upon himself to keep coming back on to make sure that the job was finished. Yeah? Something I'd point to, and it seems a simple thing, right? But the pacing of that Stoinis innings in a game where try and get ahead as quickly as possible because the ball gets a bit older and the pitch seems to die and you can't whack it. That innings is worth a lot more than 89.
Yeah, well, which is why Stoinis is our Omni-Gel relief and recovery performer of the match for his 89, which he got on 47. Like you clearly said, he really set it up well and then he went all guns blazing, Lisa.
Yeah, he did. And when you think of when he actually came in, I think it was, 35 for 3 and lost, you know, the 3 wickets in the power play. You never really want to do that. That's never a good sign. So he and Krunal Pandya had to spend time out in the middle, but how they did it as well was really good because we saw that in the mid-innings break, the breakdown, they actually went at eight runs and over. So Stoinis was able to push really hard. Whilst he wasn't being the big hitter, he didn't need to be at that time. So Stoinis kind of understood the conditions, played his role with his partner, Krunal Pandya, and then he went, now this is my happy hour. Thank you.
Hulk.
Let me show
he went
you.
Full Hulk.
What was it, 8 sixes in the end?
Yes.
Like, it just shows you the power that this guy possesses. And if he gives himself some time.
So, yeah, 44 runs in 12 balls. That's what he did in the second half of his innings for me.
Yeah. And yeah, sometimes you get, often we sit here and we say, and through the season we've sat here and said, nah, don't worry about the milestone. You know, how effective is the innings on the day? You could get a 25, you could get a 40, you could get a 15. How effective is it? Is it taking your team just over the edge? You know, instead of being at a par score, you're further ahead. You're 10 runs ahead, 15 runs ahead of where you might have ended up without this innings. It's the impact of the innings, and I think that was fantastic from Stoinis. And I think it'll actually spur him on this innings because what it does show him is he doesn't have to go all out all the time. He has that to kind of fall back on, particularly when the conditions are so difficult, right? So, yeah, he's played particularly well, and it's an innings, many of us will remember, I think.
Well, Stoinis has spoken about how he doesn't like taking pressure and he enjoys his cricket. When he enjoys his cricket, he plays his best, which is why he is our Omni-Gel relief and recovery performer of the match. He ensured that there was no dud for fans of Lucknow today. Absolutely splendid knock by Stoinis. With what he's done today for Lucknow, we have to see what happens to the points table. I'd spoken about that train, and clearly Lucknow's caught the train. They're at 15 now, equal with Chennai. So, Pommie, please explain the match to me now.
Yeah.
Come on, Pommie. And you've got 1 minute now.
It's getting clearer and clearer. Not. Right. So what we have here is 18, 15, and 14 currently, right? But all those that are in the top 4 have played 13 games. Mumbai, 1 game to go, can get to 16. Yeah, Chennai and Lucknow, 1 game to go, can get to 17. Right?
Yes.
Yes, we're following.
Then
Yes, sir.
Bangalore, 2 games to go, can get to
16.
16. But all those I'm saying
And
can...
Punjab.
Yeah, and Punjab.
Yeah.
Punjab also
Can
have
get to
2
16.
games, can get to 16 because they've got 2 games. Rajasthan and Kolkata get to 14,
And 10 seconds.
right? So remember this, that for all those I've said can get to whatever, they could lose that last game,
Yeah.
right? And essentially what we've got to look at is whether any of those teams play each other. That kind of simplifies a whole lot. But it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant.
So, well, Rajasthan and Punjab play on the 19th of May. So that will be a very crucial game because whoever wins that gets that 1 step ahead, right? Because they're the same place.
Rajasthan?
So Punjab plays Rajasthan on the 19th of May.
Yeah, so I mean, Rajasthan, remember, can only get to 16. They got 1 game to go,
Yeah.
right? And Punjab effectively have to win both games. They've got to win tomorrow against Delhi, and then they've got to win that game
So, yeah,
against
you're right. It
Rajasthan.
could come down to the 19th, as in between those two.
Well,
No. Well, who
no,
knows?
no, it can't. By the time we get to the 19th, I don't think those lot. Sorry, you lot.
They're gone.
By the time we get there, Punjab will be the team who'll be looking on at that 19th and knowing what they need to do, provided they've won against
Tomorrow.
Yes.
Delhi tomorrow.
All right.
Bangalore on the 18th must win as well because they've got 2 games and they need to win against Hyderabad and kind of be in the running to get 16. And those that are trying to get 16 are trying to get ahead of Lucknow and Chennai, who are on 15, who can get to 17. Right, to get past the 16 that these guys will be trying to get at. So yeah,
Keep up with us, everyone. Come on.
are you with me, Sayami? Yeah.
I was with you for the first 30 seconds, probably.
Essentially, what it means is that
It's
we
still
still have to wait.
You know, essentially, I think it means every day is important. Like now, we should move on to tomorrow's game because essentially, from what Pommie said, it's do or die for Punjab. Punjab takes on Delhi and it's match number 64. It's the 64th game of the IPL and now we suddenly go to a new ground. We go to a new pitch and we're going to go to Dharamshala tomorrow. Well, Delhi is going to be a party pooper if they beat Punjab because clearly they are out of the season. But Punjab needs this to go up closer to the playoffs. From what you've explained to me, I've understood what's happening tomorrow. I'll worry about day after day after.
I like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sufficient for the day is its own trouble, so
Yeah.
to say, right?
So, Lisa, this is a copy-paste for us. We did this game a few days ago and Punjab beat Delhi by 31 runs. There was Prabh Simran's 100, which was a really good knock. And then there was Harpreet who got those 4 wickets. He looked very good. We'll have a look at Punjab squad. We should expect the same. Any changes there, Lisa?
Yeah, I'd expect the same. I don't think any changes will happen unless conditions are really different in Dharamshala, and this one can tell us because he's flying up there.
I'll send you a text.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll send you a text. I'll tell you if it's raining or not. Ooh, did I say raining?
Don't say that. But yeah, I think that they'd be happy with their performance against Delhi the last game. They'll be wanting to make sure that their top order again fire. I think they're really happy with their bowling group. Nathan Ellis as their impact player has been excellent. He comes in, he does the job, he bowls at the back end, gets wickets. So everyone's kind of ticking the box there. The real question is about Delhi. It could be almost like the West Indian side. Which side is going to turn up? Do they want to actually spoil the party, or are they already thinking, I'm already on the plane, I'm ready to go home?
Yeah, look, I think in IPL, I don't think you ever get any of those kind of games. I want to go home, and because it means so much to absolutely everyone. If it's not beneficial in terms of one thing, it's beneficial in terms of another, whether financial, whether it is, you get your place in the side again, renewal of contracts, as it was selection for the next time, whatever it is, there is always an incentive. And there's just the actual pride that players
Delhi will
play
be playing for pride for sure.
Yeah,
and David Warner has got that 50 in the last game. But do you think they'd go ahead with anyone new just to say that let's try it out, younger, newer players?
They might, and that wouldn't be a bad ploy either, because just like we said today, there are those players who might not have had a go, and if they get a go, they'll feel they have a point to prove, and therefore, and this is not to suggest anyone wouldn't be trying to prove a point at any point, they just are, but if you're not getting many opportunities and you suddenly get one, you want to make sure that you do well then, so that you're top of mind when the next selection gets made. And that's fair enough. You expect a Delhi side who are going to say, no, we're not going to lie down and let you have an easy road to qualification. Actually, seeing as we're over here, how about we smash you and you come and join us over here? So that's the idea, essentially.
Just on that squad, some changes that might happen. Potentially, they could give another opportunity to Prithvi Shaw, Sarfraz Khan from a batting point of view. And that would allow, and I'm thinking, who would they drop? Maybe a Mitch Marsh and Anrik Nortje is back. I don't know if they'll change things up that way, or Ngidi as well, potentially. He hasn't even played a game for them.
Yeah, 2 seasons.
Actually, Abhishek Porel looked really good behind the wickets. He looked really good. I'd love to see him, but I don't know how he'd fit into the 11. He looked really good. Yeah,
I think to Pommie's point, by almost freshening up the group as well and giving some other players that have been sitting on the bench, there's that hunger and desire to prove a point. Hey, you shouldn't have kept me on the bench all this time. I'm good to go, thank you, and I'll see you next year.
Well, someone who's going to be saying that is Rabada, because he's spent a lot of time on the bench, and I don't get it, because how can you keep Rabada on the bench for so long? Do you think he gets a go in tomorrow?
It might. It depends on whether it's, up in Himachal Pradesh. I think it is quick from memory. I think it is a bit quicker.
It is,
but, do they want to, do they not want to? Essentially, Rabada suffered the same sort of fate as Quinton de Kock, right? Where if he was here at the start, he'd have started, because for most teams, he starts, And then as they were trying to work things out in this side, the batting wasn't going so well, and then he didn't start particularly well, and kind of as a group, it was a bit of a mishmash, and they were trying to figure out how they put the pieces together. And then the batting came right, and so they started to jumble things around in the bowling to try and figure out how they go there. But I think, I'll say it again, that for me, as I watched this side and looked at who they have, and in terms of resources, they stay and will still be the dark horse. If they get it together on any day, they'll wipe out anyone, because they've got good, powerful batting, and their bowling is pretty good as well. So, let's see what happens. Let's see who turns up on the day and who they decide they want to use.
Well, we will see that, but you'll have to also predict who it's going to be. So from Punjab, who's your player to watch out for tomorrow?
Punjab. I think Livingston's going to have a good game.
I nearly said, oh, nice pitch, faster, whacking it. He'll probably enjoy that. Let's go with the bowler then. From Punjab, actually, Sikandar Raza, I think, I'm going to go with him. Let's look for an all-round performance from him. I'm not just saying that because he's my countryman or anything, no. But let's look for an all-round performance from him. Catches, whether they're leggies or offies or fast ones, and smashing some. A real impact on the game.
All right, we'll wait and watch what happens tomorrow. We have to now answer the joy factor question of the day. I'll get back to reading it. So there's Vaughan, Dickwella, Chauhan, Murray and Tim Southey are the first 5 names on which Test cricket record list. I get confused reading his questions. I just get confused reading his questions.
It's batting, so, and I know
Runs,
Warner got
centuries.
Got close to 100, but never got there because of the no ball, right?
That's the point, I think. Someone sent me a tweet.
Well, you all have hit the mark. You all have got the answer.
Someone sent me.
Yeah, someone tweeted. It just someone tweets and then it's much simpler that way.
It's so easy.
So easy, yes. But we got it thanks to all of you who have tweeted to us. It's most Test runs without scoring a century. And there were lots of people who tagged and tweeted. And thank you so much. Keep doing that. So it looks like we know the answers. Let's see who's
We'd never claim it.
Yeah, we won't claim it. Let's see who's got it first. Divyanshu Shankar has got this answer for the first. I think this is the new name. Have you all heard this? Have you all heard Divyanshu before?
I don't know.
To be honest, I can't help
Well done, Divyanshu. Congratulations if this is your first. And if it isn't, congratulations still. But keep writing in and write in quickly and give us these answers. And I have to quickly say goodbye because I am somebody who's getting nervous because Mr. Pommie Mbangwa is a very busy man. He takes a flight in the next 1.5 hours. He has to reach the airport, fly to Dharamshala, give us a report on the weather and tell us what's happening in Dharamshala. So he has to do all of that. And Lisa, who's been reading my mind all through today because she's just been reading my mind. It's been lots of fun. Thank you very much, Lisa.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pommie.
Thank you very much.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Lisa said it. Good night. We will be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. So don't forget to join us. Lisa, I will be there and we will have somebody else because Pommie is leaving us and going to the mountains. But we'll have someone else who will add to the laughter that Pommie was refraining from today. That's all for now. Join us tomorrow at 7 p.m. Good night and goodbye.
Jaipur via Kota.
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವವರೇ ಚೆನ್ನೈ ತಿರುಚಿರಾಪಳ್ಳಿ
Hyderabad Superfast Express পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন। कृपया ध्यान दो